Hello, kia ora. Time for Bachelorette New Zealand recap. I'm Mama C. First, I want to say a big thank you to my hubby and my best gal for a great birthday party over the weekend. Today's my birthday, so thank you for feeding me well and spoiling me a bit. And I got some new equipment, so hopefully we can make some better recaps for you guys. So I want to say a big thank you to them. I also want to say a big thank you to you guys. We, especially this past season, we've gotten in like 30 plus new subscribers. So appreciate that, you guys. Last time, original bachelors are fighting with the new ones. We were left with Lucina thinking Tavita was giving her an ultimatum. But, I mean, let's face it, the poor guy just has been dealing with this hernia business. It's been an ongoing problem. And, yeah. We saw an ambulance in the episode shots for the next episode. So we were like, what's that about? Is it Tavita finally going to the hospital? Or has somebody lost the plot and whacked Liam in his culture? Well, it's episode 15, and the boys are wound up, ready for more stirring. We start off with Lucina and Tavita conversation. It was nothing like what they wanted to think. Of course it's not, because it never is. He asks how she feels about him, because obviously he's in pain, and she's a doctor, and she should freaking know that the last thing he wants to be doing is laying around waiting to date someone that a bunch of other guys are dating if he has no shot when he could be home and resting comfortably. But Vita agrees to show more of himself at the end of the day. I mean, this is emotionally. She's already seen his hernia, so she doesn't need to see that. But, so he's supposed to be opening up more, etc., and she wants him to stay. He feels reassured now, so okay. Quinn and Steve are making small talk with a couple of new guys. They talk red carpet silliness. Mac tries to bust a move, and then he goes to have a chat with Lily, and much like his dancing, doesn't really get anywhere. Yeah, it's just, there's nothing there. Lily says there's no connection, anything like that. Liam still has a bee in his bonnet over the new boys and their lack of being bullied into the culture that they have built in the house. He tries to wind up Terrence, which just annoys Terrence because, he's obviously a bit more mature. And however, Jesse is biting. So Jesse and Liam take up the cause. George asks if there's animosity about the prank. Elliot says no. Jesse says why the boys are mad. And then Elliot feels like he's being villainized, which, he kind of is. It's obviously building up because they're all forced to live together, right? The original guys are jealous of the new guys. Yeah, it's so silly. Oh, God. Then Liam tries to explain the negative culture to Richie, yet he just sounds like a petulant child. Richie laughs, because Liam sounds ridiculous. He just sounds ridiculous. But then, Richie's laugh kind of, doesn't sit well with Liam. Yeah, he's just not a happy chappy. Terrence says Jesse has small man syndrome, and then, oh my God, it just keeps going. And the new blokes, apparently they're not understanding because it's ridiculous. And then, because it's like they couldn't seem to wind up the new guys, then they start in on Aaron. It's like they're wound up, so they just needed to release. So then they start in on Aaron, who was just kind of standing there taking it all in. Oh my God, this isn't freaking Dr. Phil, is it? It's so ridiculous. So then Coomer Mike gives some sound advice to the youngsters, and he's like, hey, take a deep breath, pull your head in, let's think about what this really is, right? It was stupidity. Well then, oh no, Elliot takes a bite of a burrito that has avocado in it, and he says he's deathly allergic to avocados. So then we hear sound effects. All right. So obviously we find out later that, remember Richie and Elliot are mates. So Richie, he gets him to drink some water and gets him to vomit up the avo while they're waiting for the ambo to come. And, to be fair, it was probably nice for Elliot to have a mate there. Especially when, in a situation like that where you're scared. When, it's your life at risk, eh? So, it was nice that he had a mate there to help him through that. So, But it was unfortunate, though, that the whole Avo thing. And but before he's whisked off to the hospital to, just to be, watched and all that kind of stuff, Lily gives him a rose. He laughs and says it's a pity rose, and we know that it's because the producers don't want him to sue them. So that's really what it is. So he lucks out and gets his rose before being whisked off to the hospital. So the ladies get together to chat about the guys. They discuss the tension between the lads, the differences in the lads. Lucina says she wanted reassurance because, of course, you have to hear this crap of, well, I need more from you. I need you to open up. But yet the girls can't tell them anything. So it's such a one-way thing, It's just not fair. So I need you to open up and tell me all these personal details, and then I'm going to make you wait to find out if I like you or not. It's cruel, but that's the show, right? So, oh God, they seem on the fence over a lot of the guys. Anyway, it's rose ceremony time. Art addresses the lads. He comes in, he does this 5-minute gig. Good on him. Way to go. And then off he goes, and then the girls start their selections. We hear Liam whinge some more, because that's his thing. Remember Richie, Elliot, and Sailor Mike have a rose. I think there's somebody else, but I can't think of it. Anyway, well, you'll figure it out. Steve says Sailor Mike is major competition because he's a good-looking guy and he's a great guy, so that makes it really hard. Aaron says that Sailor Mike can't just come in here with this great tan and his jawline. I love that. That was the best. That was so funny. Alright, so up first is Lucina. She gives her first rose to Tavita, proving to him that she was listening to him. Then Lily gives Terrence a rose. Then Lucina picks Logan. Then Jissy gets picked by Lily. Then Lucina picks Aaron, and he's visibly relieved. And Tavita and Jesse, then we see sides of them two having to go at Aaron behind his back. Just petty ridiculousness, really. Lily selects Quinn. Lucina picks Steve. Lily chooses good old Liam. Lucina picks Coomer Mike. And Lily picks George. Well, that leaves Mac without a rose, which we kind of figured. He says his goodbyes, but it just wasn't in the cards for him. Well, next day, Elliot returns from the hospital. Aaron and the few boys chat about Jesse's character as they're playing cards. Single dates are supposed to occur. Sailor Mike gets a one-on-one date with Lucina. Jesse gets a one-on-one date with Lily. And he's chuffed, obviously. He asks what they're doing, and she says, first, we're going for a walk. Well, they end up at a tattoo parlor, and Lily reminds him that he has to tattoo her name on him because of a bet that he lost, which I don't remember them really talking about before, but they show us a scene of it, so obviously it did happen. Lily proceeds in giving him a tattoo. She does pretty good, I will say that. It's small and it's on his foot, so it's not that big a deal, really. Then they go to a bar because she wants to get to know him more. Jesse's happy with the romantic scene of candles and beer. Lily asks Jesse what happened at the cocktail party, and then I'm like, oh boy, here we go, right? Ugh. And then he says he isn't going to name names, and then he proceeds to name all the names. So, what was that about? Yeah, I'm not going to name names, but then I'll list everybody's name and everything about it. I don't know. It was like, nice try, mate, but you just totally blew what you said you were going to do. Yeah, it's just weird. So, he says about Elliot not wanting to tell him about his date, and then Liam joining in, and the escalation, She realizes they're just a bit put off and kind of being really sore losers, because it's just silliness. And she's like, they pranked them, and then, what did they expect to happen? It's just ridiculous. So she is not buying into this BS. Then Lily blindfolds Jesse and asks him a series of questions. And she asks which guy in the house he would pass if he had to pick one. And of course he picks Sailor Mike, because I think they all would. She asks him what he likes about her. He says her humor, he says she's beautiful, obviously, her smile, he likes her teeth and her eyes. Yeah. And he said the blindfold really helped him to relax, so that's nice. She feels like she knows him a bit more, and then she offers him a rose. He accepts, and then they go in for the kissing. He tells her he loves kissing, and then they do some more. They had a fun time, and he is chuffed. Lucina and Mike go exploring. She wants to get to know him because, she's obviously attracted to him, right? I know. Let's just take a minute and think about how attractive he is. Okay, that should do me for a while. All right, so Mike isn't rapt that he's going to have to tango again because they have to do a little dancing. Lucina says he feels awkward. She says he's having trouble relaxing. But remember, he's one of the new guys, and, you got to give him that few days or whatever to kind of fall in and sort of realize what's going on. So, yeah. They chat a while. He opens up more. They talk some deep stuff. Children, family, etc. He says he'd like a family, but wants it to be with the right person before jumping in. And he said that's a common mistake a lot of people do is before they're sure they're going to be a long-lasting couple, they jump into having kids. And yeah, obviously he doesn't want to end up where you're splitting a family apart. So, he's obviously thought about this long and hard. Yeah. Like I said, he wants to be with the right person before jumping in, which makes complete sense. Lucina says she only feels like she's just scratched the surface with Mike, and she offers him a rose, and he accepts. Well, the boys who were left behind, they have to find ways to amuse themselves, obviously. Well, some of the things they do, they race eat, like fruit. They have hot sauce shot contests. They play cards, charades. Well, today they try to build a fire old school, like, rubbing sticks together kind of thing. After hours of trying, I didn't look as though they were very successful, though. The boys then have a laugh about how hot Mike is. And Terrence spoke to the guys about Mike dating Lucina, and he's relieved that he himself is dating Lily because he doesn't have to compete with Mike. Yeah. Most of the folks laughed, but not Aaron. No. Liam is trying to clear the air. Liam continues to try to explain why he and a few others were being asses. It isn't really being received all that well. Yeah, it's a little late for that, mate. I end up having to tune out for a while because he just droned on and on and on about, it's just ridiculous. Then Tavita apologizes for his comments to Aaron and the boys, and unfortunately Jesse's missing all this, and he was one of the key factors in this whole kind of bullying episode. So yeah, Terrence says 2 of the 3 have apologized, but Jesse is yet to do it, so he wants that to happen. Jesse returns from his date. Most of the guys don't really want to hear about it. Because of the way he behaved the night before, he was being a little bit of a dick. So anyway, Mike then returns. They see his rose. Aaron hates that Mike is such a great guy and so darn handsome. Jesse tries to apologize to the group. Aaron returns an apology. Terrence doesn't seem all that appeased, though. He says it was hollow as Jesse's skull. Yeah, it's a bit bitter, say. Well, anyway, we will find out tomorrow what is happening there's supposed to be a big shocking rose ceremony for the next one. So we'll find out. Yep, on the next Bachelorette New Zealand recap. I'm Mama C. Have a great day wherever you are.